you? Ah, there you are, Capitan. The finest field operative I have ever had the pleasure of coordinating.
Well, hello. I'm not sure if I'm actually broadcasting. I can't seem to bring it up on my side. But it does say I'm recording in the top corner, so I'm just going to start speaking in the off chance. We, just completed one of these Cayo Perico heists a little bit ago, and I was able to catch it in time to reactivate hard mode, which is always a bit of fun. The main point of this is not to gather intel, though I suppose we could go ahead and get that out of the way. Let's do it. See if we can fast travel with the submarine to shortcut it a bit. Oh, such a long plane journey. So why can I not see that I'm streaming?
Ah, beautiful.
It doesn't seem like too much to ask. Right about there. Polito Forest. So, the main point of this, we'll try to get this, hard mode scoping out of the way as quickly as possible, but I have an achievement remaining that I've been trying to get. I've been trying to blow through a couple that never quite popped after 8 years of playing. Stuff like the, knife flight and under the bridge challenges. And then, the 70 gold medals. 70 gold medals between main missions and strangers and freaks. Fancy word for side quests. So I finally was able to get both the air stunt-based ones, the knife flights and under the bridges, and I was able to get the gold medals that I needed to get both those achievements. One of the last strange ones that's hanging out is based in online mode. Sorry, Pavel.
Approach to reconnaissance is to pose as one of Mr. Rubio's smugglers. I have been monitoring air traffic from the island, and I have coordinates of the most recent plane to land in Los Santos. I, for one, am keen to see how things have changed since our last trip.
Oh, yeah. It's about 15 minutes ago that we were last there. So, in online mode, there was the heists update. There have been a couple of heist updates now, but this was the original heist update way back in the day. Added a bunch of weaponized and armored vehicles and things. Oh, just as fancy as can be. And one of the achievements that came along with that is spending $8 million, which up until the Cayo Perico heist came out, wasn't really a feasible thing to pursue. But now I can actually get $8 million rather easily. You need to spend $8 million on weaponized vehicles that were part of that heist's update. And I think we should be able to pull that off any time now. We have about 13, 14 million. So the question will be finding heist vehicles that we actually want to own. But I'm sure we'll find some cool stuff.
You can change on the way. And leave your weapons. Mr. Rubio will not trust smugglers. The guards will shoot you on sight if you are armed.
Alright, back for just a quick scope out. Then hopefully we can dive right into the splurging. The only vehicle I know that may be part of that I did buy is I have a Hydra. I can't quite recall if that was a heist vehicle. But that would take like 3 million out of the 8 million equation. And hopefully we'd only have to spend 5 or 6, but I don't know again if it actually counts. So we may have the full 8 million to spend. I do also have a Kuruma, which is like that armored, quick, four-door car, which I know is part of heists, but it's also very inexpensive. It's like $500,000. So that won't help us too much. It's a lovely night for a plane ride. With the stars up above, how they shine. Am I live yet? I finally am. My phone has caught up. See if I can actually see what you're chatting at me now, without running right into Galileo Observatory. Thank you. I'm here. I'm in the chat. Good morning. And hello. Sorry for the delay there. I'm also sorry for the delay in streaming this whole week. It has been very difficult to wake up in the morning and then see my face staring back at me in the mirror and then think, let's put this online. But today I don't care. I'm so tired that I want to play with you guys, and I don't care how I look. And that's all that matters. It's one of those knife flights, by the way. That's what they mean. It may not be an official one, but something similar. I've been all over the place. I'm just doing that now as a natural response, lest I miss one. Oh dear God. Out of 50. Zooming under a lot of this stuff lately. Whee! Hello, hello. It's so nice to see you guys there in the chat. Sorry I was very late. Love me some Soul P singing. Well, you're in luck. No. You're not. I'm sorry. There's going to be very little of the singing. Oh, so many of you are hanging out here. It's so nice to see you guys. I have been having just the worst, most lonely week here. So thank you for showing up on a Friday. Hashtag sing for us, Daddy. Oh, okay. Someone today asked you if I was real. I thought for a second they asked you if today was real. I don't know. I think you're real. I'm pretty sure.
Why can't you assholes be on time for once, eh?
Oh, you didn't sleep at all last night? I'm so sorry. Please feel free to doze off at any time. Lullaby and good night.
Go on.
We must scope out the island.
Just because you are disguised as smuggler does not give you free access. As soon as you leave airstrip, be careful. If guards see you in the wrong place and get a proper look at you, they will not give you a chance to explain yourself.
Well, this is true. You might not be real. I've only ever seen photographs, and those can be faked so easily with glue. So yes, I shouldn't believe everything I hear. I don't know what's real anymore, and I'm scared. But it's gonna be okay, because perhaps not even my fear is real. Let's try to get past the old infamous guard tower of ha-ha! I've spotted you at the last second, you fool! We made it. Now let's get past the ha-ha! Sometimes we send 2 trucks in a convoy. Just to mess with you. Another change they seem to have made, which I have no idea why, is they added a security camera right here. So now I have to go into the fields, ruining all the perfectly good cannabis, and then back out. It's like, okay, fair enough. I just feel bad for the cannabis is all. Somebody has to.
Do not assume access point to the network will be the same this time. Signal box may have moved. Check
it's right there.
Check low.
Hey, signal box. You cutie. In this economy, yes, it's not allowed. We need as much as we can. Alright, so which one should be doubled? Maybe this one. Does that sound right? No? No, it doesn't. It doesn't sound right at all. Mm-hmm. That sounds right. I'm so glad. None of us are real, yes.
The app on your phone. Now,
We're all just kidding ourselves. Alright, let's run up here so that we can quickly mash our face into the ground when the time comes. That ought to be fun. Though I have been, lately, it's not so much about the racing through the scoping setups. That was originally my priority, was how quickly can I do this and get back to the plane. But now I've found that it's usually much more helpful
formula, yes?
to do two things, and I'll show you. I like to do two things and hold up my fingers thusly. So usually I would just come in here and figure out what the thing is. It's a ruby necklace. That's really going to set off my eyes. I should have stayed in there. I've made the mistake. The other thing I've started to check lately is ahead of time. Let's get back in there. Checking the office for paintings, just so I know ahead of time if I'm going to get lucky here.
Hard cash, always welcome. I will mark location.
Painting.
A painting,
Good.
possibly very lucrative. I will note down where it is.
And no painting. So that means we'll have a half bag. We only need like 2 stacks of something to fill up our bag after we get that painting, which is great. So the second thing I've started to do before I leave the island, since any time you get detected, it takes you right back to the plane, which makes it really easy to just risk it, is I go all the way to the top, and then I try to make it over to that main dock where we usually escape from, and see what stacks are there. Because more often than not lately, they've been very stingy with the random number generator over there, and I've had to go up to the airfield almost every time. Which is not a big deal if you know about it ahead of time. So I'm trying to give myself that little bit of leeway. Anybody want some Cinnabons? Oh, Cannabons, yes. At first I just thought it was Cinnabons, and that itself sounds fantastic. I'm starting to catch on. Alright, so we'll just see if we can make it over to the main dock. Check our 2 usual lockups. There's only 2 you can access with 1 person over here. This can be a little bit risky depending on the guard patrol pattern, because there's a camera right here in the good landing zone that you have to skirt around. Then you can make it right across, as long as the guy isn't patrolling. There's a car that occasionally swings back through here. That's a good sign. Heaviest item will fill up the bag more quickly. Hooray, hooray. In fact, will that completely fill up the bag along with the painting? I forget if it's just 2 cocaines or whatever that is you can hold.
Cocaine, easy to
So it
steal,
may
easy
be
to
that
sell.
that would do it.
Marked on the plan
If
right
not,
now.
the cash stack sure should take care of it, so hooray. This is a good one. Try to get across to the other one as well while we're here, but that should help us out.
Remember,
It's
you are
all
not
we'll
alone.
really need for a
Only
successful
you can carry.
heist.
Want more? Bring friends.
It's insensitive of you to suggest when you know that I don't have any friends. Alright, so that looks like both weeds. Double weeds. Fantastic. So if we have any bag room left after grabbing the cocaine, I'll try to get across here.
What do you think you are
And
doing?
let's get out of here. Oh, I didn't know what I was... where's the restroom? I need to rest. If you have a room for that. How obvious is it that Peter has never bought drugs? Yeah. I'm letting my street cred slip. I'm sorry. Ooh, cocaine is quite heavy, and I know lots about drugs. Oh, it's so nice to see you guys there. Hello, hello. What are, if I may inquire, Swedish cinnamon buns? Are they just cinnamon buns made in Sweden? That would make sense. But is there some sort of ingredient difference? Is my question. I must know. Is it like meatballs in that way? Tell me, how many things can you think of off the top of your head that are like meatballs in that way? What? I don't understand the question. I don't even... Why are you asking me this? Okay, so we can probably begin our big splurge. We just had a big splurge the other day with new tuner cars. And that trend will continue because I believe even yesterday... Sorry, Pavel. A new tuner car was released. That's another $1 million down the toilet. At the very least. I did fast travel my Kosatka over to Polito Forest. Let's bring that back. They finally added this update where before you had to, if your Kosatka was across the map, you had to send it away, like, go back. And then you could retrieve it and it would come close to you. Now, even if it's loaded in, you can retrieve it closer to you. They took pity on us, which I do appreciate. I'll take all the pity I can find. Why are you putting the money down the toilet? You should spend it on the car. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. I have got to find myself some Swedish cinnamon buns. That being the case, if they are not ingredient-wise different, but of the highest quality and made with Swedish love, I will absolutely jump on board that train with both of my ankle meats. Squishy. Okay, so let's check now that we're in a safe place. It's probably safe regardless, but I'm so paranoid. It's all the drugs. I seem to have unlocked the trade prices for the Vector and the Jester RR, which are both new. At least I think the Jester RR is. Maybe we should check our auto shop to make sure. That's not one of the ones I already bought. It could be. But the Vector is definitely new and lovely looking. That would give us some street cred points towards our car meet reputation. What else do we have? The Dominator ASP is also new and rather lovely. We don't have the trade price for it yet, and we definitely have all the rest of those cars, so that's great. We'll check back to Southern San Andreas, but this one is tempting. I could grab that for some extra LS car meat. Rank, or whatever the word is. But most of the heist vehicles are here under war stock. Let's see if we can find that category. So Cayo Perico heist, Diamond Casino heist, those are all different. Doomsday heist, that is different. Smuggler's Run, we're going back in time. Heists update, so these are the ones. It's like the Insurgent, the Technical, the Wedge. No, not even the Wedge. That's part of import-export. So just those in Warstock. I thought there were more in Warstock. I must be misremembering. I don't suppose I can sort by... No, that would be silly. Of course you can't. So, finance and felony, gun running. Looking for any that are part of heists. Sorry if my eyes are going glassy. After hours heists update. So this bike. And that's it. Okay. Just that bike. I wish it was... Maybe I just messed it up and it should be sorted by chronological release date, Los Santos tuners, etc., but I messed it up by hitting the price button there. Let's see if this gives us a better result. Now they should all be part of one category. Okay. A Lampadati. Fair enough. Is that truly all? 2 in war stock, 2 in legendary motorsport. Let's make sure there aren't any planes involved. Planes can be quite expensive. The Vellum 5-seater is, but it's not very expensive. Okay. So it's actually a little bit more complicated to spend $8 million on vehicles that are part of the Heists update. I thought we'd have a bevy of choices. I'm not sure that we do. Oh, hello. Trying to make the streams, but third week in a row going into overtime at work. I'm so sorry. Tell them to stop that at your work. If such a thing is possible, without being immediately fired. Okay, so I could buy it now. I'm assuming that would count in full towards our 8 million needed. That would be a good chunk of the way there. I can't believe that there aren't more in here. Maybe I need to check again. Because like I thought that a Hydra, for example, let me just find that. That a Hydra was part of the Heists update, yes. So there are definitely more than just the Insurgent. I don't know why I was... Maybe I messed up the sorting on that too. Okay, this is the category we need. Multi-million-dollar expensive vehicles. So we can get a Savage and a Valkyrie. And that might do it. I'm assuming the Hydra did count, as it's listed as part of the Heists update. Let me start... I don't have a trade price on either of them, which is a little upsetting, but the whole point is to be spending money in order to get an achievement, so I won't worry about it. I'm gonna buy a military helicopter in an act of absolute savagery. And I'll wait like 10 seconds to see if the achievement pops. And when it doesn't, I'll begin to weep. Openly. Into my hands. Is it still openly if it's into your hands? I've always been curious. Like if I'm weeping openly. Is that not it? Would I have to be like, ah? And then I'm weeping openly. I don't know how words work, is the problem. I don't think it's gonna pop on that. That probably puts me to about 6 million, so I need another 2 million. 2 million and change. Could go right for the Valkyrie. It's a little bit overkill. We could also buy a prison bus. That sounds like fun. Let's buy a prison bus. Yeah. No, thanks. It's the Pegasus vehicle, so I don't even get to look at it. Oh well, that's fine. There's this Pegasus place that if you buy something too big for a garage, like a limousine or a bus, you actually have to call them and they'll bring it by, instead of actually getting to, like, own it and see it yourself. So it's sort of a cop-out in terms of owning a new vehicle. It's like you're renting a new vehicle from someone else. But that's fine. I'm sure the money will still count either way. So we're probably still at about 1.2 million needed. I could get an Insurgent. I might already have an Insurgent. I can't remember. Otherwise, it's all box trucks from here. Or I can get a very, very expensive $3 million helicopter. Let's see if there's anything else that's about 1.2 million in one of the other categories. Did we buy a Vellum? I can't remember. That might be about the right price. don't recall. The whole point of this is to splurge wildly and not consider it, so maybe I did? I kind of feel like I did. It was so short a time ago, and yet I have no memory. Alright, let me check this one. I don't think we looked over here yet. Just in case there's something perfect. Bikers, bikers. Halloween surprise. Alright, Guardian. We got a van. Armored Kuruma at 500,000. You buy 3 more of those, and I wouldn't be sad in the least. However, a little variety sure would be nice. I don't really want to own this. I have no plans to escape, let's say, a volcanic eruption in Los Angeles with Pierce Brosnan. With Tommy Lee Jones? Yeah, it would be a different eruption, not in Los Angeles, if Pierce Brosnan was involved, so that can't be it. I do kind of want to get another Kuruma. But I already have one, and there's really... I can't drive 2 at once. My legs are not that flexible. There must be some perfect thing that we could just buy and end this madness. Jumping back down to here. Oh, thank you so much for the Discord link there. And welcome all, absolutely. This looks about right. We could get Electro, that would take 1 million out of it. This is free and not part of the right thing. Okay. I love the way this car looks, and it's part of the heist update. I would happily grab it. Let's start there. A Costco. I have one of those membership cards. I'm gonna make it red, and I'm gonna buy it now. Put it in Del Perro, would you? Thanks, Crumby. A different butler for every residence of mine. Del Perro, James Crumby. He's who makes the green juice. Still not seeing the achievement pop. We must be somewhere around 300, 400,000 left to go. Which would be easily doable by one of those Pierce Brosnan cars, but... And then it would be in my collection, I'd have to admit to owning it, and Do you own this? Technically. So, I'm gonna blow it way out of the water. I'm gonna buy Electro Bike. I'm gonna make it white, because that'll just piss off the dealer. And that goes at the Great Chaparral Clubhouse. Thank you. That should be more than enough, I think. If it's counting my original Hydra purchase, we should be well on our way. Yes! Ha 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 ha! Live a little, if it's not popping up on your side. You spent a total of 8 million on vehicles as part of the heists update. 50G in the bank. That was fun. That's not very visually stunning as quests go, but gosh, I love getting rare achievements. So, do I have any time left? Let me check. I have about... let's say 10 minutes. I'm gonna try to swing one of these setup missions too. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here. We'll leave the submarine for later. Let's see if we can get the crack shot in. That should do it. Ah, perfect. Spun us up the right one first time. No need to kill a bunch of folks in a helicopter. And we have a bunch of cool vehicles that we can go check out now and play with. See how it's possible to modify a prison bus, if at all. Success, yes. Thank you guys for bearing with me on such a silly desire of mine. As most desires of mine are. Taffy. Just a cold drink. the warmth of a kind friend. I'm
Los Santos, stealing
silly.
from your rivals. I have found a gang who are bringing unregistered shipment. They are from Los Santos.
Oh, I've got to
so
straighten
of
out.
course, they're operating out of upmarket skyscraper office. I have sent you location.
Okay, do you guys want hatchet, or do you want secret hitman headshots? The age-old question. Hatchet or headshots? I mean, some of the hatchets will be headshots, that's a given, but
Or you can go through the front door. Expect heavy combat on entry.
that ought to do it. Hatchets. Always hatchets. I agree. This is a hatchet-only mission now. That's fair enough. Hatchet.
Guns we are looking for
Go
will
into
be
first
a
person
special
just 'cause I love the violence.
wall safe, something like this.
Hi. It's me. It's your friend. Me. Hey! I found a shortcut to you guys. I hope you don't mind. Are you behind the desk? Get out from there. Well, he's not gonna go down easy. He's like a thick pill. Get over here, you thick pill. Right, that ought to do it. Ew. What have they been doing in here? Ah, what's... Oh, why? Don't you clean? Don't you ever clean? Sickens me to think what you must get on. Up to. Get on to. No. Alright.
If you cannot open it, try looking for their computer. Probably unlocks remotely.
Oh, I found it. It seems that I just can't access the computer while you're still speaking, Pavel. I'm not sure if you knew this. 4029. That's the one.
Was that it? Did it open the
Made it easy. Let's get out of first person now. And armful of guns. Next thing you're gonna see is on the news tonight, me just knees to chest, armful of guns, sprinting down the street.
Yes, they will be right behind you.
Oh, he got away with it.
I have heard we are not the first to rob Mr. Rubio. Those who attempted last time
Really?
were successful, but they made one.
I find that hard to believe. That El Rubio has ever been robbed.
Wolves had
No.
tracked them down, and they were shipped to the Panther's cage in very small boxes. This is a mistake we will not be making.
We will use large boxes. We are going to ship ourselves in fewer shipments to be more economical. Yes. This will be good. I'm sorry, Pavel. I'm trying to steal from you. Swoop. There's that under the bridge train again. I cannot stop now. Absolutely cannot stop. This was great, and just what I needed. I'm so sorry that I've spent so much of this week unable to get past my own blech in order to hang out with you guys. This is always a pleasure, and always a much-needed part of my morning. Thank you for your time. Thank you for hanging out and being silly with me for just a bit. I hope that there will be plenty of opportunities this weekend. Going through enemies like a vampire puff of mist, because vampires use hatchets now. Absolutely. I've heard that in the popular culture. That vampires are using hatchets now. You know, you're right on track. I can't believe we actually have almost all of the achievements. Let me just give a quick look here. I hope this doesn't mute me. 1 second. My only remaining achievements require 2 players in online mode, 2 players in online mode, 4 players in online mode, 4, 4, 4, 4. So my only remaining achievements are just stuff I literally cannot get by myself. Which is always like, I know there are multiplayer games, and that's fine, but should any achievements require another person? Because eventually you're not going to be able to get to the servers, and that's a debate for another time. No, don't do that. I got excited and almost started another mission. Very, very happy to have you guys with me. Thank you again for your time. So sorry to be so scatterbrained there. Next time we should be able to finish up the setup for this and grab that ruby, as well as stacks and stacks of illicit drugs. I can't wait. So, from me, and from Pavel, and from my stand-in avatar, you may call him Ong. No, that's not his name. Goodbye. It has been an absolute pleasure to see you. Hopefully I'll see you again soon, and take care of yourselves until then. I'm seeing your hearts in the chat. Look at your hearts in the chat. It's so nice. Goodbye for now. See you soon.